C# provides the unary increment operators like counter plus plus and the unary decrement operator like minus minus. Let's do that. Let me get to the operators machine. I'm going to copy part of this to save my time. Ctrl C and create a new tab. Click the smart tag, the smart tag to create a new tab. I'm going to add one more tab and name the tab. Select the white space, the white tab, and click rename the tab as increment and decrement operator. There we go. So I'll paste this, the e blah blah blah. Let's change the, let me change this value. Like we have, what I mean by increment, we have plus plus, and this is called pre-increment operator. The pre-increment operator is example is plus plus a or s or b, and we have the post increment operator. So the post increment operators now is plus plus. We have 5, let's use them inconsistent, plus plus. Example is b plus plus, and of course pre-decrement operator we have minus minus, and we call it pre-decrement operator. That will be minus minus b, and the last one on the list we have the post decrement operator, which is minus minus. Example is b minus minus. There we go. Now let me explain what I mean by post increment decrement operator. The first one is increase b by 1, then use the new value of b in the expression in which b resides. While the second one is use the current value of b, then increase it by 1. That means after using it, then increase by 1. But the first one is increase, add 1 to it, then use it. And same thing goes with the pre-decrement operator. That is, decrement b by 1, then use the new value of b in the expression in which b resides. Why b minus minus now? Use the current value of b in the expression in which b resides, then decrement it by 1. So let's get the example now. Although you might, depending on what you want to do, you may have similar results, but dealing with code like games and a lot of things like that, all these operators are very very important. So I will drag the button here. With this button called the button operator, and then double click the operator to get the, so I'll call this int, let's call this int b, since we'll be using b. So this b, we want to b equals 5, let's make b equals 10, and we now write something, let's write something like this. B, since b equals 10, let's have string results now. String results, I want to make result to be this, to be empty. Results will now be b, okay, plus our new line. Oops, new line. So break to the next line. That's the meaning of that. Next is, let me copy b again. The results, Ctrl V, Ctrl V, Ctrl V, Then let's add one more thing here. Now with this, now we have b, and let's use the b plus plus now. B plus plus. Next we have, let's write b again, and add new line. This time around I will add just the new line, or add two more. Okay. Next we have, let's add something like this. Control C. So I don't want to also, there's a b. Let's say b equals b. Now we want to destroy the value of b and add new value to b. Let's make it 10 again, and the result will now be b, and the result here will be b. Okay, b plus plus. Then let's add, we concatenate it. Then let's add b again, concatenate it. Then and let's run the code and save. And I'll say message box dot show results. Oops, I don't need to put it inside string results because it's in string formatting. And let's run this and go to increment and click this. Now, oops, let me check the code again. It's supposed to have, oops, I'm sorry, we're supposed to add the plus sign here, because you're supposed to add plus sign, plus sign, plus sign, plus sign, plus sign, plus sign, plus sign. So we leave this as empty string because of the declaration. And let's test our project again. Okay, so we have 10 10 11 10 11 11. As you can see now, let me 10 10 11 10 11 11. And let's get that 10 10. We have b to be 10 plus plus, that is 10 10 11. This one will change to 11. The plus plus will first of all add this. Let's run it again. The first one, we can use breakpoints. Let's start with points here. Just click the grace parts and click your start button and go to increments and click this to go back to the code. Now from here we have our b to be 0 here by default, and when we step into the code, b is now 10 and our string is empty. Step in again, b is now 10 here, step in again, b is 10, justify the fact that we still have it, b is 10 here and b is still 10 here, and step in again, b is now 11, so we have 11 here, step in again, that would be new line, b will be 10 back to, as in by default you go back to 10. Here the post, now the pre increment will now be 10. Let's take a look at this. We have the 10 now. By the time we press this will automatically be 11, and we change this to 11 now. But the difference is that this one will be 10, so the 10 will be added to results and 1 will join the result. But this one, 10 will be added to 1 will be added to the value of b, and we store the value here. So that's the difference. So you can do the same thing for the pre-decrement and post-decrement operator too. It's still the same concept.